Hello, welcome to My Life in Spain. My name's Mark, and today I'm going to talk about why Europeans are not traveling to America. The latest figures I've seen suggest that this last summer, the number of people traveling from Europe to America was down more than 10%. And there's reasons for that. And what made me think about this was one of my friends who now is American, who now lives in Spain. He's been here for over a year, and he wanted to go back to visit his children in Florida and in New Jersey, which he's done. And I speak to him every day, and I ask him, what's it like, being back there? And he says, I can't believe the prices. He said, it's so expensive. I said, yeah, I've heard it. I heard they've gone up a lot. They were already high before you moved here. He said, exactly. He says, now they're even worse. And he showed me an example, a can of Heinz baked beans, and it was $4.49 in the supermarket. The very same can of Heinz baked beans here is €1.49, which is $1.75. So why is it so much more in America? Bacon is about 3 times the price as it is here. Same bacon, Oscar Mayer. The only difference is this is Spanish bacon. Oscar Mayer make it in Spain. So you're paying for your groceries in America double to 3 times more than we are here in Spain. And people in Europe, they're seeing this in the news and they're thinking, why? America's really expensive. So it's putting them off going there. And that's not even getting into the politics of things yet. So there's reason number one. Reason number two, I was watching the news from the Ryder Cup in Bethpage in Long Island, and I was embarrassed by the American fans. Being an American myself, I was embarrassed by their behavior. It was disgusting. And if you think that these people paid $750 to get a day ticket to go and watch the golf and behaved in such a horrible way, I mean, it was just, and they're showing this on TV in Europe, and Europeans are just shaking their heads saying, oh my God, that would never happen here. And yet in America, these people who pay, they must be wealthy to pay $750 for a day ticket, are behaving so badly. I mean, swearing at the golfers, putting them off when they're trying to hit the ball, throwing a beer on Rory McIlroy's wife, who, by the way, happens to be an American. It was just disgusting. And Europeans see that and they think, oh, I don't want to go to America. This is how they behave. This is awful. So yeah, I get it. I mean, I've asked people here, my Spanish friends and stuff, about going to America, and they say, not with Donald Trump there now, we don't want to go, we don't feel safe. Because, they're showing us the ICE raids on these people. And you've got agents dressed up like they're going into Fallujah, except without the machine guns, with sunglasses and masks on their face, helmets on. This is absolutely ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And then you've got Trump sending the National Guard in. And they can use full force in Portland, Oregon. Nobody's asked for them to be there. What is he doing, this man? Is he out of his mind? Well, he obviously is out of his mind, because Trump cares about one thing, Donald Trump, and what's good for him and his family, and how he can make money. Anyway, I'm going off topic here now a little bit. Let me look what else I wrote down. I wrote down a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. Okay. All right, the next is a government shutdown. It doesn't need to happen. It's going to shut down tonight. I mean, they had a meeting yesterday. Obviously, the Democrats and the Republicans can't agree. And Trump actually wants to shut down, and I'll give you 2 reasons why. Number one, he doesn't want the new congresswoman from Arizona to be signed in, because if she's signed in, she's the 218th vote on a congressional subpoena. I don't know if it's a subpoena or whatever it is, that he needs to release the Epstein files. He doesn't want the Epstein files released. He'll do everything he can not to have them released. So he doesn't want her to get signed in. Boom. Mission accomplished if they shut down. Number 2, he doesn't want to avoid the shutdown because on Friday, the jobs reports come out. And the jobs reports were really bad last month, and I think they're going to be worse this month. And he doesn't want people to see that. Also, you're not going to get any talk about inflation in America. And if you live in America, you know firsthand that inflation exists and it's not getting any better. I mean, the cost of living there is just so high. I mean, my friend who went, he said, you know what, if it wasn't for visiting the kids, he said, I don't think I'd ever come back here. He said, it's just everybody's in a hurry, everybody's stressed out, everybody talks about politics all the time. He says, I'm much happier in Spain where I can have a nice, relaxed life and not have to put up with all this crap. And I understand him, you know, I really do. Let's go see what else I got now. Oh yeah, another reason they don't want to go. Europeans don't want to go to America. Every time we turn on the TV, another mass shooting somewhere in America. This weekend it was a Mormon church in Michigan somewhere, and then it was a guy in North Carolina on a boat that shot up a bunch of people standing at a bar enjoying themselves. This is absolutely crazy. You want to do something about mass shootings in America? Do something about gun control. Other countries have done it. Just look at what Australia did. But you know what? No, I've got the right to bear arms. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And it's only going to get worse because of the culture there. Okay. Now what we got? Oh, last thing. No, not second to last thing. Pete Hegseth, the most unqualified man to ever be Secretary of State, or now as he calls himself, Secretary of War. He calls every top American commander from everywhere in the world to go to Quantico in Virginia to listen to him talk. It's just a cheap publicity stunt. And he got this idea from Donald Trump. Because when I used to work for Donald Trump in the early 1990s, he would hold what he would call pep rallies. And after work, I'd have to go unpaid to the auditorium to listen to Donald Trump talk about himself for an hour and how wonderful he was and how great he was and what he was doing and how we were so lucky to be working for him and have jobs. Guess what? That job didn't last very long and he declared bankruptcy. That's what a brilliant president you got over there right now. Okay, and finally, last but not least, tariffs. Tariffs are stupid. And what he said about Canada, what he said about Greenland, stupid. And I don't blame Canadians for boycotting America. Europeans are starting to boycott American goods now too, because they're fed up with this crap from Donald Trump and his amateur Disneyland caste regime that he's got going there. Yeah, so here in Europe, we get to see this every day on the nightly news. What's going on today in America? It's crazy. I mean, it's too expensive. People are stressed out. You got your Medicare, medical issues. If you don't have insurance, you're screwed. And there's millions in America that don't have any health insurance. And they don't go to the doctor because they don't have insurance. And if they do, it doesn't cover enough, or the insurance company denies their claim. It's absolutely crazy. I can go to the doctor here in Spain and not have to worry about a single thing. I'm not going to get a bill for anything. It's a completely different system, and the American people deserve the same kind of thing. Okay, last but not least, like I said about the tariffs, we see about the tariffs here in Europe, the tariffs on European goods. I'm sure you're paying more for European goods in America now. But hey, that's not Europe's fault, that's America's fault. I mean, if Trump doesn't want to drink French wine or Italian wine, he can slap a tariff on it because he doesn't care anyway, because he's a billionaire. What does he care? What does he care if the regular people have to pay more money for everything? Yet, I quote Donald Trump, if you were like me from day one, prices will be coming down. Yeah, that's happened, right? Okay, last but not least, his latest idea, putting 100% tariffs on films that are made overseas. Hello, Donald, are you crazy? You want to make a film about Japan or a film about Europe and film it in California? It doesn't work anymore in this year and age. And as for foreign films, some of which, by the way, are extremely good, I bet he's never watched one in his life. Number one, he probably can't read the subtitles because it's too quick for him. But besides that, totally stupid idea, a completely stupid idea. Anyway, that's my little rant for today, and these are just some of the reasons why Europeans are not going to America. They're not stupid, and they're not going to go spend their money in a country where they're going to be treated badly. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.